Many of us have a hard time growing plants in the shade. And the reason is, as you see here, I'm surrounded by trees. The trees take all the moisture out of the ground. So we really want to grow plants that can deal with that environment, like the Solomon seal, like hostas, like ferns, or the hardy begonia. The other thing I like to do in my shade gardens is to plant plants, as you see here, in large groups. It just looks nicer when you have less variety and solid groups that we have right around us. Let's take a look at some of these plants that will grow in the shade. The Japanese Solomon seal here carpets the ground. And, you know, it doesn't take a lot of plants, just a few plants, and over a couple years, it spreads like you see here. And right in front of me, one of my favorite hostas. This is Hosta, some in substance, and the leaves are tremendous and huge, and that is just one plant. So it covers an area that's almost 6.5 feet in diameter. And right here, another easy to grow plant is the hardy begonia. And that is a plant that will either reseed itself, or it's a plant that produces, it's like aerial potatoes in the leaves late in the season. They drop to the ground and they come back in the warmer climates year after year. Great ground cover plant that'll be blooming in about 3 weeks. But again, large masses really is soothing on the eyes, and it's also soothing on your mind. Remember, there are certain trees that you're going to have a hard time growing under no matter what. That'll be like the silver maple. But here I'm underneath the beautiful large-leaved magnolia, which is just neat, just, you know, because of the size of the leaves. And then right here, the beautiful quercifolia hydrangea. And then right below me is another layer, and that is the Japanese painted fern, to really brighten up your garden. And again, planted in large groups, in large masses, and it's bright and showy. You know, in general, most plants should be planted maybe 24 inches apart when you're dealing with most flowers. You know, then there's the native ginger that you can grow, and that's also a good ground cover plant. So always keep in mind, I like to keep these large groups of plants, and then you can stick in a plant here and a plant there for maybe an accent plant. That'll give you your best shade garden. Another reason to use ground covers in the shade is to prevent runoff. They also help the roots to filter the water, and it does prevent erosion problems. So you can use things like you see here, Hosta. This is Hosta Knockout. That's nice and bright in that sort of shadier area in the garden. And then you've got Hosta Blue Angel right here in front of me. In addition to using ground cover plants, you're going to want to mulch your garden to conserve moisture. It also keeps the soils cooler. And here they've used pine needles very effectively. It's my favorite mulch. And you don't need but maybe 2 to 3 inches. It allows the water to go through without running off, and it also conserves the drying out of your soils. I'm Mark Viette. Join me next time in the garden.
For more garden tips, go to inthegardenradio.com.